Hi guys, in the last session, we saw how we can deploy FTD, FMC and the entire lab in the ESXi. Okay, so today let's configure the lab. Directly we'll jump into the lab. And after configuration, we'll go and see the basic policies. Okay, so let the lab come. It's not coming up. CCNG. Okay, let's bring up all the devices. So EVNG, I'll power off here. And we will start our devices inside PC, AD, inside R1, R2, FTD and FMC. Okay, and let's take access. FTD. Then we have FMC. Inside R1. See, either we can open different consoles, or you can use, VMware Workstation also. There it will have the similar tab kind of thing. Okay, we can access all these devices using VMware Workstation also. On what basis I feel the column? If you are repeating the batch, then just say you're repeating. And if you're just attending for the first time, then attending like new batch. Yeah. Batch console. Then we have the DMG server. Outside R1. Outside R2. Then we have ADDS. Inside DMZ, outside. Then we have ADDNS. And we have inside PC. Almost all the devices are up. What about the resources? Okay, this is okay. So we can see here our inside PC is up. ADDS is also up. And then if we see, routers are also up inside router 1. Okay. This is inside router 1, outside R1, outside R2. This is DMZ. Okay. Then this is inside R1, this is inside R2. So all the routers are also off. Okay. These things we can see. This is the DMZ. So DMZ is coming up. And outside coming up, inside routers are already up. And for reference, let's design the image also. Like the lab topology. So how are lab topologies right now? This is our FTD. And then we have one switch on the management side. We have the management PC. We have ADDNS. We have the FMC. Again, we have a switch on the inside as well as one switch on the outside. And we have inside router 1, inside router 2, VNC. This is VNC. No, this is not the VNC mode. Where? This is we are taking remote console. Okay. Direct access of the virtual machine. These are connected. This is our reference lab. This is our FNC. This one is right. R2. Inside PC. VM server. Side R1. Side R2. Side switch. Side switch. ADDNS. See, admin interface, x0/0 interface, 0/1 interface, 0/2 interface. Then this site, inside 10110, DMC 10220/24 on the right 1110/24 research management 10330/24. Okay, so here we have 1033101. Here we have 1033100. $62, 125. This one will be 126. This one will be 125. This will be 1. 126. Okay, one doubt, we use a single switch with multiple VLANs in ESXi. In case we need to document the setup, should we represent it like a logical diagram that is being drawn? Each VLAN as a switch. Yes, this is a logical diagram. Okay. That here each VLAN we are using it as a separate switch. That way it will be easier to explain, right? 10.1.1, 125. But here 10.1.1.10, 10.2.2.10. This side 10.3.3.10, and this side 11. Sorry, 10. Okay, this is our lab. So let me save it. Okay, this is it. Wait. File, save as PNG. Desktop. Now it's fine. So now see what we are going to do is we are going to configure the inside PC first. Okay, then we will configure what? Your ADDNS, and then we will start the configuration of the routers. Okay. So first of all, let's go for the inside PC. Now here, if you check inside PC, IP address will be 10.1.1.1 and gateway will be 10.1.1.10. That's 1, 2, 3. . . 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, So first of all, let me check the IP configuration. Right now it is using DHCP. So getting an APIPA IP address. Guys, what is an APIPA? Yes, what is APIPA?
Automatic private address assign if DHCP is not working.
Automatic IP address assigned by the system NIC. Okay. In case the DHCP server is not present or DHCP IP address assignment fails. So what is the range of APIPA?
169.254.0.0
Slash CIDR. CIDR will be 16. Okay. CIDR is 16. Now see here. So IP address 10.1.1, gateway 10.1.1.10, and DNS, see here. This server we will be using as a DNS. So 10.3.3.100 I am using right now. So I'm saying 10.3.3.100. Click on OK. It says that you have entered, or this is already assigned to another adapter. Okay, just let me check for FTD inside PC. That's already removed. Okay. Yes. Okay. Click on OK. Close. Right now, check again. So IP address is assigned here. This is your inside PC configuration done. Now let's go for the AD. Test 1, 2, 3. Go to local server. Right now the name is something like this. Let's change the name first. And I'll name it AD DNS. I'll say OK. I'll say OK. Close. Restart now. This will be super fast. ESXi lab is very fast. So now here we will say test 1, 2, 3. Then now we have to configure AD, and before configuring AD, we will just first of all turn off the firewall. Okay. This is one thing done. IP address assignment right now it's using DHCP IP address. We are going to assign a static IP. Now for AD, the IP address is 10.3.3.100. Gateway will be 10.3.3.10, and DNS will be itself. Okay. Okay, anywhere you have a doubt, just stop me and ask. This is done. Okay. So this IP address should reflect here. So what you can do is you can refresh. Done. Okay. Now, next thing is this is done. Firewall is off, and here time zone is also correct, but time is incorrect. Let's correct the time. So time is 8:29. So it means 20. Now the time is also correct. Now we'll go to manage, add roles and features. Click on next, next. IP is correct here. Click on next. Select here AD, that is Active Directory Domain Services, as well as the DNS. Click on add, next. Nothing here, next, next, again next. Restart the destination server automatically and install. So here everything will be fast. Now, once AD configuration is done, then after we have to go with the configuration of your routers. Done. Click on promote this server to a domain controller. Add a new forest. Cisco.com. Click on next. Here we'll have to give a password. So give a password here. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Click on next. Again next. Say next. Again next. Next. Allow the prerequisite chat to complete, and then we will perform installation. So click on install. And now this system will be converted into ED. Done. Now system will restart. Click on close. Close. When you convert into AD, that time it takes more time. Okay. But after that, it will be fast. In the EVNG, the AD is very slow. FMC. FMC is up. That's good. And FTD. So, and these routers should be already. It is up. Yes, so converted into AD. Password is test 1, 2, 3. We can check here in the local server that here it's showing was cisco.com. And now let's configure the DNS also at the same time. So we'll go to tools here, DNS. Just click on ADDNS, expand it, forward lookup zone, your domain. Okay, so just click on your domain, and here we have an entry for ADDNS. Same way, right click, add a new host. One we will add for FTD, another one for the FMC. Okay, so I'll say FMC, and what is the IP address for FMC? 62. So the IP address is 10.3.62. Done. Another one we will add for FTD. Okay, so FTD IP address is 10.3.3.10 on the management side. Yes. So, okay. Okay, done. These two things are done. Now, just close it and minimize it. AD side, we are done. We can test the communication from your management PC, which is my base PC. So if I check the IP address here, so I have an IP address 10.3.3.101. Let me test the communication. So if I say ping 10.3.3.100, so I do have communication with the ADDNS. Okay. Then after, now let's first of all go and do the configuration for your FTD. So here, this is our FTD. Username, admin, password, admin 123. Enter to display the license agreement. So say enter. Keep on pressing the space key. So again, press enter. New password, sys0123. Sys0123. Okay, do you want to configure IPv4? Say yes. IPv6? No. IP address manual? Yes. What is the IP address? This is 10. 10.3.3. 10 on the FTD. Okay, again asking the IP address 10.3.3.10. Subnet mask Okay. Default gateway, I'll give management PC IP address. Okay. Name FTD. DNS 10.33.100. Then domains cisco.com. Okay. How do you want to configure the firewall? So right now we will configure it in the routed mode only. Okay, there are two modes in the firewall, routed and transparent. Routed means you are deploying the firewall as L3 device, and transparent means you're deploying your firewall as a L2 device. Right, we have already seen the same thing in the ASA, transparent and routed. Remember, right? Guys, remember routed and transparent? Yeah, great. Okay, so configuring the firewall in the routed mode. The version 6.2.0 is not having the FDM capability. Okay, so it started from 6.2.3. Okay, in the 6.2.0 it's not there. After the 6.2 it was started. Okay, so here directly you can see it is telling you to configure a manager. Okay, how you can configure manager add. Okay, and then you can give the IP address and registration key. Like here, configure manager add, host name or IP address and the registration key. Okay, so right now here I will configure. So first of all, if I check who is the manager, so managers. So no manager is configured. So if I say configure manager add and IP address is 10.33.62 and registration key I'm using is Cisco. Okay. Now it's telling you that, okay, please make a note of your registration key as this will be required when adding the device in the FMC. So you can also verify the management IP address. You can use the command show network to verify the management IP address and everything. And if the management IP address is correct, like here I have the DNS server 10.33.100, gateway this, management port 8305, management IP address is 10.33.10. So this is my base PC. I'm using it as management PC, right? So I should be able to communicate. And you can see I have the communication with the FTD also here, right? So FTD configuration is okay. Last thing to test, verify that the manager's IP address is okay. Okay, whatever the manager you have configured should be okay. So 10.33.62. Okay, looks everything good. FTD side is done. Now let's go for the FMC. So let's say admin 123. Now we are into the FMC, but FMC we need to use the sudo sc command to take the root access. Here password admin 123. We got the root access. Now we will say configure network. Do you wish to configure IPv4? Yes. Management IP address. So FMC management IP address is 3362. Subnet mask, okay. Gateway is the FTD, which is 10.33.10. Everything okay? Yes. IPv6. No. And this is done. Now we can go and test the connectivity. So you can see I got the connectivity with the FMC also. And since I got the connectivity with the FMC, now what I can do is I can go and access it. Okay, I can go and access the FMC. So here I can go and say https://10.2p62. I can go to advanced and I can say accept the risk and continue. Here give the username admin and password capital admin 123 and not now. Okay, so here we have to give a new password. Sys 0123. Sys 0123. Hostname we will give FMC. See, if I want it, I could have access using fmc.cisco.com also. Okay. Here I can say cisco.com DNS server 10.3.100 time zone. Asia. Kolkata. Save. Done. Then just click on I have read. Apply. Not now. So now it's going to take some time. But not as much as it was taking in the event. Now all we need to do is we need to just enable the license. Okay. That is the evaluation license that we are going to enable. And after enabling that license, we will add the devices. And also we will see how you can create users in the FMC. Okay, what are different user rules? Those things we will understand. Here also we have to go and do the configuration of these routers. So meanwhile this is coming up, I can start here. Right. Inside our interface gig 0 slash. Okay, here we have interface G1. Okay, because if we do show IP interface brief. So we have G1, G2, and G3. Okay. So interface G1, IP address is 10.1.1.25. Okay, we can verify here that here inside R1 is having the IP address 10.1.1.25. Okay. Say notion IP route. Okay, I'm giving a route for 10.1.1. Okay. Now let's verify the communication. Now here not from my base PC, I have to check from inside PC. This is the inside PC. Let me say ping 10.1.1.25 says destination host unreachable. Why? Might be because of this. In the router, we are having three interfaces, right? G1, G2, G3. So in the VM, how many interfaces are there? Only three. And here we have configured the IP address, so I have to attach it to the inside. Actions. FTD inside. Edit. And change it to inside. Okay, separately we'll not use for management. Now let's verify. Request timeout. Yeah, we got the communication. So for everyone, we have to change. And this one also, I think first one I have used here. Okay, these ones you put it in the correct VLAN only. This one outside. Save. Edit settings. Keep it in the outside. Okay, now everything is good. And this side already RFMC is up. Okay, so inside R1 configuration, almost done. Okay, route we have configured, IP address we have configured here. And now, if you want, you can configure like username, Cisco, privilege 15, password, Cisco. Okay, then I can say IP HTTP server, HTTP, secure server. Then I can say IP HTTP authentication local. Then I can say IP domain name cisco.com, line ATY 024, login local, transport input. Okay, so HTTP, HTTPS, telnet, SSH, all these configurations I have done. Okay, so this is just done right now for the R1. Now, meanwhile, what we'll do, let's understand about the FMC. Now here, if you see, like I said, this side, whatever we have, this is everything related to the FMC, and this side, whatever we have, this is related to the FTD. Okay, so first of all, let's come to the system. In the system, first of all, you have configuration. Okay. And before going to the configuration, let's go and enable the license first. Go to Smart License. And from here, we will enable the evaluation mode. Okay, this is done. Now let's come to the configuration. Okay, so from here, if you want to change the host name, okay, and if you want to change the login banner, so right now we don't see anything at the login banner, but if you click on the login banner, you can type in a message that you want to display at the login screen. Okay, so anything you can type here that will be displayed on the login screen. Right now, when I try to log in here, see. Right now, when I try to log in here, you see this picture. But if you give a login banner there, so that means you will give a custom message, and that custom message will be displayed here. Okay, only black screen, and that custom message will be there. So check here, admin sys 023. Okay, now let's go and give the login banner. No, it cannot be a pic. If you see here, this is just a message. That is by default a picture. When you don't give anything, in that case, it will show the picture. Once you give a login banner, then it will show the message only. Let's say, for example, hello user, use your authorized username and password to login. Okay. So like, instead of saying hello user, I can say something like authorized access only. Okay, some sort of this banner, I can say something else. Let's say this kind of login banner I have created here. I can say save. Okay, once I save it, now if I go and log out, save successful, just go and log out. See here. Okay, so this is how your login banner will be displayed. Now, admin sys 0123. Go to the system. Then we have users. So in the users right now, I have one user with the name admin, and it is having a role as administrator. Okay, so you can see there are some predefined user rules already available. Like access admin, administrator, discovery admin, external database user, intrusion admin, maintenance user, network admin, security analyst, read only, security approver, threat intelligence director. Okay. So these are different user rules, and these are all system defined. Okay. So basically, what are these user rules? Admin here is the super user, you can say. Okay. Who has unrestricted access. So what we can do, we can create a user and we can assign these user rules. So based on these user rules, the user will have access to all these tabs. Okay. Now let's say you want you just want to create a user who will just monitor your traffic. So monitor means he should be able to see the dashboard, or okay, he should just be able to see this dashboard. He should not be able to report anything. He should not be able to see the summary. Okay. He should not be able to see the analysis, policies, nothing he should be able to see. He should only be able to see the dashboards. So that when he will look at the dashboards, okay, he can just monitor it. Okay, let's say that kind of a role I want to create. So what I can do is I can go here and I can say create a user role. And I can name it that, okay, this user role name is what? Monitoring. Or let's say monitor. So description you can give like, okay, the user with this rule, or we can say something like this rule allows the user to monitor the firepower device in the overview tab. Okay, this kind of description I have given. Then in the overview, you can say either if you want, you can give access to the entire overview, or if you see here, I have reporting and summary. So if you don't want to give access to reporting and summary, uncheck this. And if you want to control that, okay, in the dashboard also what he should be able to see, what he should not be able to see, that also we can control. Okay. So right now, let's say I'll give him access to the dashboard only, nothing else. So now what? This is done. I can save it simply. And you see, I have a user role that is having the name monitor. And this role allows the user to monitor the firepower device through the overview tab. That means only the overview tab. Okay. Now, go here. And here right now we have the admin user. Let's go and create new user. So I'll say create new user or create a user. Name here, I will say, let's say, for example, we can name it, consider it user one. Okay. Password. So I can give any password here. Okay. Let's say I'll give a password. Default password admin 150 I'll give. Okay. Then how many maximum number of failed login attempts are allowed? So 5 failed login attempts are allowed. What is the minimum password length? So minimum password length should be 8. Okay. And days until password expiration, that means how long your password will be valid. So 0 means unlimited, your password will never expire. Then days before password expiration warning. So, you know, if you have this limit set that, okay, after 45 days, your password should expire. So before how many days of password expiration, you should get the warning. Okay, so 0 means again, you will not get a warning. So this is it. Then after, if you want the user to force password reset on the login, that means whenever the user will log in for the first time, the user has to change the password. Okay, so if you want to set this thing, you can set it from here. Then what is the user role you want to assign? So I am creating this user for monitoring purpose. So I'll assign the monitor role. These are the default user roles. This is the custom user role we have created. So I'll click on save. Not now. Okay, so user one is created and user one U is capital. And you can see here the reset password on login. So now I'll go and log out from here. So right now you can see I have access to overview, analysis, policies, device, everything. Now we will go and log out from here. And here we will log in using the new user one, and password is admin 123, and try to log in. So when he will log in, he will be asked to reset the password. See, asking for current password. Current password is admin 123. New password sys0123. Sys0123. Click on change. Not now. And you see we don't have any other tab access. Okay. We don't have access to any of these tab as well as this side also. Like earlier, we were able to manage the license and everything, right? Here, we don't have those access now. The user is just able to see the dashboards. That's it. Clear? And you see here, the user is not able to see anything. You're not authorized to view this widget also. This is clear how the users and the user roles are going to work. All right. So now log out from here. Log in again. Admin. Then I can go here and go to users and delete the user. So delete the user from here. Go to user roles and we can delete the user role also. System provided we cannot delete, but whatever we have created that we can delete. Then after you can go for domains, and here you can see that right now my domain configuration is up to date. If you want to add a domain, you can click here and you can add a new domain here. Okay. Now what should be the parent domain, or if you're just creating a new domain under this global domain. So that means right now, whatever the configurations we are going to do, that is global configuration. Then after integration is there, so you can integrate your FMC with different security intelligences, like Cisco security intelligence is there. So for this you require a URL filtering license, host input client, smart software satellite, e-streamer, identity sources. So that means if you want to integrate your firewall with intelligence and other you can say other devices, so those things we can do with the help of this integrations. Okay, so you can see, like, if you want, you can integrate it with ICE also, identity service engine, and you can perform centralized authentication. Then after we have the option for updates. So if you want to download any updates, those updates for the product you can download from here. Rule updates you can download. See, so if you have some rule updates, you can download and upload them here. So that means your firewall rules will get up to date. Geolocation updates. Okay, so this is location data. Then after licenses, we have already seen about the licenses. So smart license means account-based license. Okay, so you can register through a smart license, or else you can go to the classic license. So in the classic license, you have to upload the license. Okay, so you can just click on new license, add new license, and then you can upload your license here. Okay, so you can get a sample license also. How do you get it? Just copy this license key, go to Cisco Software Center. Okay, just go here. This is an evaluation license only, like malware filtering, URL filtering, these kind of license you can get from Cisco Software Center. So I think I should already have it, probably. I might have downloaded in the previous batch. Desktop FTD configuration, firewall, Splunk. If not here in the downloads, CSV. Let me check. Probably this is the license. Yeah, see. URL filtering license, malware filtering license. Is the product key also same? Let's verify. DB1C. No, this is different. So this license will not work because these are for individual devices only. So we can go here and we can say traditional license. So from here, what we can do is we can go and take a demo license. So this way you will understand how you add a traditional license. So here you just give your account. And then here we have to do the password. So you'll come here. You just close this one. Go to get license, and we are going with the demo and evaluation license. Now here we have to select and search our product. Okay, so our FTD we have to search here, which is this device. Okay, so here if I use the command show version, we can get the information here that this is the Cisco FTD VMware version 6.2.0. So we can just select any device here, doesn't matter. So I'll select what? Let's say I'll say fire. Okay. So Cisco ASA firepower demo license. I'll click on this one. Okay. and just select anything. I'll go with this 55066. Click on next. License key. So this is the license key we are getting from here. Copy and paste it here. Company name, let's say anything we can say. Partner, Cisco. Click on next. Okay. And then I can say submit. And this will give us a license. See here, we can download the license. So I can click on download. And this is the license. Close it. Also now the date of this one. From here, open the location of file. Just right click and extract all. Extract. Go here. This is the notepad file containing the license. Now you can see right now, like if you check here, return to license page. So here I do have like, firepower host, these things, but I don't have any extra license here, right? So what we can do is we can go and copy this license. So I can copy from here to here. Copy. So first is URL filter license. Add new license. Paste it here and click on submit license. Do you see? Successfully saved the license. Return to license page. And this is URL filtering license, valid license 1. And this is valid until 11/10/2024. Okay. So 11th of October, this is valid until 11th of October. So this is URL filtering license. Then we have, this is the malware filtering license. Right click, copy, minimize. Okay, so here also now you can see that we have URL filtering license and I can add a malware filtering. So this is how you add classic license, traditional licenses. Submit the license. This may not be ethical or legal. My doubt is each time I spin up a new FTD VM, I get a 90-day evaluation. No, with single email also you can request multiple licenses. That is possible. Okay. With single email also you can get, because this is a demo license. Okay, there is no problem with this. Okay. So we have added the license. Problem would be there when you will use some unethical method to get a real license. That is the problem. Right now we are taking the demo license provided by Cisco itself, so there is no problem. Then you can check the device health from here. You can go and click on monitor. Okay. So like what is the status of the device? So right now the status is normal. Then you can monitor like logs, statistics, all these things you can check. And then backup, restore, scheduling, import, export, and burst data. Those all things you can do from here. Then we have the help menu to take online help, source file support, Cisco support, and about section. And this is user preference and logout. Then here we have the deployment option. So whenever we will do some configurations, we are going to deploy from here. And the ongoing deployments we will see using this green tick. Okay. So this is all we do for the FMC side. This thing is clear. Yes or no? Okay. Now this side we will come to the devices first and we'll go to device management and we will integrate your FTD with the FMC. So we'll click on add device, click on add device. Here the FTD IP address is 10.3.3.10. Name is FTD. Registration key Cisco. Access control policy. So create a new policy and name it block all traffic. Okay. So according to this block all traffic policy, what will happen? It will block all the traffic from everywhere to everywhere. So when we will be using your FTD as a firewall, we will be using this policy. And when we will be integrating NGFW, in that case, we will go with the intrusion prevention. Okay, because in these two policies, your intrusion prevention and network discovery, the traffic will be allowed from everywhere to everywhere by default. Okay, so right now we will use block all traffic only. Click on save. Then I want to enable the malware filtering, threat and URL filtering and register. Registration started. And when your FTD is registering on FMC, right? So that time in the FTD, how you will see, like earlier when I checked show managers command, so I was having like, these 3-4 lines that this is the host, this is the registration key, what is the status. But when the registration is going on, the number of lines increases. See, this time having more information. So if you see something like this, that means registration is going on. Now let's go back here. You see adding the device added. Communication with the FTD has been established and FTD discovery from the device is in progress. So they will try to sync the configuration between the device, I mean FTD and FMC. Okay. So like I said, from here, just in some time, you will see the pre-deployment. And once the pre-deployment will complete, then after we can deploy the IP addresses and like we can go and configure the IP addresses and everything. Even right now, we can go and configure, but without the pre-deployment, we cannot deploy the new configurations. First of all, both the devices, they have to sync. So meanwhile, this is going on, we can go and configure the device. Okay, but right now we don't even have the edit option, so we can't do anything. This option will come once the basic configuration is done. See, says what? Device registration completed. Applying AMP analysis for the configuration. And you see pre-deploy global configuration generation. Apply initial health policy. And here, this is the pre-deployment that has started now. So meanwhile, this is going on, we can go and click on edit here and we can configure the interfaces. So like gig 0/0 interface. So I can say this interface name is what? Insight. Enable this interface. What is the security zone? So right now, no zone available. I'll name the new zone as Insight. Okay. This is the Insight zone. IP address on the inside will be 10.1.10/24. Click on OK. This is done. Second. Interfaces DMZ. enable it. Okay, and the security zone will be DMZ. Okay. IPv4 10.2.2.10/24. Okay. So whenever you're doing any configuration, you just have to make sure that you will save the configuration. If you do not save, let's say right now, these two configurations I have done, I have saved it. And now I'll do the third configuration, which is for outside interface. Okay, and I'll not save this. New outside. Okay. Okay. So as soon as you do any new configuration here, you see this, please save the configuration to make the changes available for use. So if I do not save it, okay, and right now this deployment is successful. If I click on deploy, okay, I haven't saved the third change and I have gone to deployment. And I'm deploying the configuration on the FTD, I'll say deploy. So right now, if I go in the FTD and if I check that what are the IP addresses, so interface IP brief. So right now you do not see any IP address on the interface Z0001 and 02, correct? Allow the deployment to complete. Once the deployment will complete, you will see that inside and out DMZ IP will be there, but outside IP will not be there. Why? Because we didn't save it. Okay, deployment is done. Now let's go and verify here. So you can see we have the inside IP address, we have the DMZ IP address, but we don't have the outside IP address. Why? Because this was not saved. And if you do not save, it will not be considered in the deployment. Okay. So let's go here. Dismiss, save it. And then again, click on deploy. FTD, deploy. And again, deployment will start. Done. Now we can see the new IP address also. We didn't assign IP again, will it? Yes, it will remember. Because we were okay. It wasn't remembering. It should remember. See here, we have given it. Okay, the name it has taken, IP address has not taken. 11.1.1.10/24. Okay. Earlier we forgot to give the IP address itself. We just gave the outside name only. So it will remember it. Okay. Don't worry about that. So saved it. Let's go and deploy it. Now, meanwhile, this deployment is going on. Let me go and configure one of the outside router. So this is outside R1. Enable configuration terminal, hostname, outside R1. Interface G1, IP address 1111. Then say not shut down. Then we can say IP route. Okay, on the outside router, outside R1, I'm giving the route. On the outside R1, I'm giving the route. So if I check the outside R1, so my route will be default gateway and the next stop will be 111110. So let's see. Then I'll say username Cisco English 15 password Cisco IP domain name cisco.com server authentication local line BTY 024 login local transport input or generate RSC modulus 102. Okay. This is done. And also we should enable it on the inside. So generate RSC modulus 102. Okay. So right now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to communicate from FTD inside to FTD outside. That means from the inside R1 to the outside R1. Okay. So first of all, from inside to FTD connectivity, I will check. Same thing. 10.1.1.10. I should be able to ping here. You can see I'm able to ping. So that means my communication from the inside R1 to FTD is fine. What about from outside R1? So if I say ping and 11.1.1.10, so I should be able to ping here also. And let's say I'm not able to ping. Interface site. IP interface B. So this is okay. And the FTD, we can verify the IP address Z0/2 is 11.1.1.10. So FTD Z0/2 interface. FTD 0/2 on the outside. This is okay. This is the outside arm. Yeah, here I have to change this. This should be on the outside. Save it. And this one already okay. Now let's try to communicate from outside R1 to FTD again. So you can see we are able to ping. Okay, so that means right now I'm having the connectivity from where to where? From inside to FTD, from outside to FTD. What if I try to ping from inside to outside? That is 11.1.1.20. So I'll not be able to ping. Why? Why I'll not be able to ping? Because my default policy is what? Block all traffic. That is my default policy. Okay, and that policy will do what? It is going to block all the traffic from everywhere to everywhere. It's not like from inside to outside will be allowed and outside to inside not allowed. Even inside to outside also not allowed. That means from anywhere to anywhere, there is no communication at all. Okay, so this is the first default policy, which is block all traffic. Now let me show you about the other policy, which is intrusion prevention. So if I go to policies, access control. So here right now, this is the policy we created earlier, block all traffic. Okay. Now let me go and create a new policy. And this time I will select intrusion prevention and let me name it intrusion prevention. Okay. And I'll say that, okay, this is the FTD on which I want to apply this policy. So on one FTD at a time, only one policy can be applied. So right now it will give me a prompt that this policy, this FTD is already having this policy. So your FTD will be removed from the block all traffic and it will be assigned to intrusion prevention. I'll say save. See here I'm getting following device already have assignments listed below. This device can be reassigned, will be reassigned to current policy. And right now the policy is what? Block all traffic. Do you want to continue? Yes, I want to continue. So earlier I was having like this is up to date and targeting one device. Now if I go and check the access control, so you see here block all traffic is targeting 0 device. Intrusion prevention is targeting 1 device. Okay, this is the policy. Let's go and click on deploy. Select FTD and deploy. Now what will happen? Earlier I was not having any communication from inside to outside, but as soon as I will give the intrusion prevention policy here, it will allow all the traffic. From inside, I will be able to ping outside, and from outside, I'll be able to ping inside. Okay, so let the deployment complete and we'll see the same thing. Okay, this is done. Now let me go and try to ping from inside to outside. And you see, I'm able to ping. And also I can try from outside to inside. Okay. From outside, I can try to ping 1011 125. And I'm able to ping. This is your intrusion prevention. And now let's go and see the network discovery also. Okay. Click on new policy. This time network discovery. So in the network discovery also, it will be the same thing only, that we will have communication. Okay, done. Go to deploy. FTD, deploy. And the deployment is going on. So even now we will be able to have the communication. Done. Let's verify. This is inside. This is outside. Try to ping, able to ping. From outside, try to ping. You're able to ping. This is the network discovery. Okay. So when we will be using a firewall, in that case, we will deploy the block all traffic. Now let's say the policy is already assigned to, like your firewall is already assigned to the network discovery policy. So what if you want to assign your firewall back to the block all traffic? So just click on this policy and here you will see the policy assignment. Okay, so whatever the policy you want to assign to the firewall, just select that policy, go to policy assignment, and here select the FTD, add to the policy, click on OK, say yes, and then save it. After saving, deploy it, select the FTD, deploy. And now block all traffic will be applied. Okay. Right now, block all traffic will be applied, so we won't have a communication. Guys, one moment. Okay, so now we have applied the block all traffic policy. You can see again here that the block all traffic, it's targeting one device and up to date on all target devices. And now if I go and try to ping from inside to outside, so this time you won't have a communication. not from inside to outside, not from outside to inside. No communication. Okay, so these are the base policies. Now, tomorrow in the next session, what we will see? We will see about, let's say, for example, what if we want to allow certain traffic? Okay, so these are the base policies. Okay, and we call these base policies as access control policies. If you see here, these are known as what? Access control policy. So this access control policy, you can consider it similar to your ACL only, access control list. Now, like in access control list, you can have multiple access control entries, right? Same way in the access control policy also, you can have multiple access control rules, okay? There we have entry, here we have rule. Like if I go and add it here, you will see that we will create what? Different rules. This is clear. So this we will see tomorrow, that how we can control the traffic by creating rules. So now I hope the basic setup of the ESXi lab, as well as, how you will deploy it in the ESXi, and the basic policies, your block call traffic, network discovery, and intrusion prevention, they are clear. One doubt, why does the deployment takes time, like applying simple IP address and stuff? In command line, it happens fast, like in ESA or router or other CLI devices, because no, it's because basically, see what is happening. It's creating a template. Okay. In the FMC, what will happen? A template is created. And every time you save the changes and deploy it, so the entire template is getting deployed. Okay. All the new changes are getting updated there. So that is why. Okay. The devices they have, so like FMC will create the template, FTD will read the template. So that's why it takes time. And after, even after the, let's say when we push the template to the device, so device will first of all read the template, that okay, what all the changes they have to do. After that, it will do the changes, and after that verification will be done. Okay, that whether the changes have been applied successfully or not. Because if your deployment is not successful, that means it will give you an error here. And that way you will understand that, okay, the policies are not correctly deployed on the FTD. So for that reason, it takes time. So next time when we will deploy something, I'll show you that it will say that, okay, it is collecting the policies. Then after it is deploying, okay, then after it is verifying, those all things, status also it will show here. Clear? All right. So then this is it for the day, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.